Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Muiz, and we are in day 4 of our webinar week where we are celebrating 20 years of WordPress. Today, we have had an amazing session with Brent Weaver, who is talking about the importance of website care plans and maintenance plans for agencies. Now, to end day 4, we have Milana Sapp with us today, who's going to talk about WP-CLI for PHP developers. Well, you know her already because we have had her 2 times previously as well on Cloudways, and this is the third time that she's here with us today. So thank you, Milana, so much for being here again
Thank you.
at Cloudways for another insightful session. So Milana, I'm going to start off with a very simple question that I've been asking every guest that we have had here so far. What is your earliest memory with WordPress?
Well, I was supposed to build a kind of Frankenstein for a friend. There was supposed to be a gallery and a forum and a blog, and all blog scripts that I was testing. They were not loading. It was 2009. They were not loading the whole page. There were PHP errors and all that. So I asked another friend if he knows any PHP blog script uh, to recommend that it's actually working, and he recommended WordPress. So my first memory is that it was working. It loaded the complete page. So yeah, that was version 2.9, I believe.
Yeah, that's interesting, Milana, because everyone that I've asked this question so far, all their answers had one thing in common, which is blogging. Either they were blogging with WordPress or they were building a blog for someone else. So that's pretty interesting when you look at the answers from everyone that I've asked this question for. So you're talking about what WP-CLI for PHP developers, Milana. Can you tell us a bit more about this topic?
Well, WP-CLI is uh, useful for many things. I would say for now I've been playing a lot with it, and for now I can say that it is the most useful to perform large tasks for very short time, to improve WordPress security, to make administration easier and faster, and for developers. I know a lot of developers are not using it, and maybe they're scared from the terminal itself. Maybe they think it's more administration thing, like SSH and all those. But you can really boost your development with WP-CLI, and you can do some stuff like with as PHP developers. We usually don't do things on production because you shouldn't do it. You should test it, and you should go through GitHub and everything. And Cloudways also allows connecting to GitHub repository.
Hmm.
But sometimes you really need to do something on a server, and you should know that you can easily and securely do it with WP-CLI.
All right, that's awesome, Milana. So without further ado, I'm going to give you the floor so that you can, start off with your presentation.
Okay, so what I have here is a list of two servers. I was playing with this one, and it's called Clean Test because I used, when creating WordPress, I used the option without Cloudways optimization, and what it gives you is just clean WordPress with clean WP-CLI. What we have here is option with Cloudways optimization, and what it gives you is some caching and some plugins that are specifically made for Cloudways. So I'm gonna use this one for today presentation. So we are going to log in with SSH. What you want is go to server and get master credentials. So click to copy. Actually, first I need username, and the way you connect through SSH is just SSH and then user and then at IP address or domain name or whatever the server has, and Now it asks us for the password, and here we are. We have application, and then we have, so what you see here is actually only that WordPress instance that I have. I can have many of them on this server, and this is the user that is the same here, user, and um, that's how you can know what is your username for database and what is database name when you get there. Um, so I want to go there, and there I have public HTML, and now I'm in WordPress instance. Um, what you want to check maybe first is WP help to see all the commands that you have. So if we compare it here with WP-CLI, okay, WP-CLI commands. I'm sorry if you hear my keyboard, it's mechanic keyboard. Um, Here we can compare this, what we have here and what we have here. This is what comes out of box. Actually, not everything. WP admin and WP profile, and I think some more, a couple of more commands are not coming together with WP CLI. But see here we have Breeze, that is the Cloudways plugin. Then let me see what else. Smallcare, um, Redis. So those are the commands that are added by Cloudways that you can use. And we've been over these commands before in previous sessions. I'm not gonna go there. So what I want to check now is um, plugin list. Let me see what we have here. So I have object cache, advanced cache. Um, so in this other version of with clean install of WordPress, I had some different plugins, but that's okay. So what can we do as PHP developers? If you have seen any of previous uh, workshops that we did here, you saw me doing something like this: WP evil, and then echo WP login URL. And this is for getting login URL for this WordPress uh, install. Now, evil is command that will execute any PHP code, right? So that is very helpful. And what I usually do, I change login URL for clients, so it's a little bit different and kind of increases. Um, Sorry about this. Kind of increases the security. So let's see some plugin. Login. Okay, we can use this one. And we don't have to download and upload and do all the things. We don't have to go to dashboard. We can just do this. You need this slug, copy it, and I can say WP plugin install activate. And now we have this plugin installed. Now I'm gonna open that dashboard so we can see admin panel here. Oh, right, it's already installed. So I need to find out that login URL. Oh, it changed it to login. I can just click control and right. So now we are at login, and this is what I need: username and password. Okay, and here we have this hide login plugin, and you can see here this. So I can change it here. Um, and Unfortunately, this plugin doesn't have their own command. You cannot change it with WP-CLI as their custom command. What you can do, this is probably just option, so we can list all options with the WP-CLI. Actually, we can't list all options. Let me show you. Option. I'm used to getting documentation in terminal. So if we list option, what we need is, um, hmm, let's see, WP option list. So this is not very useful, but I can do the PHP version. So let me say WP get all options. So here we have a function, and it says do this. Okay. And again, I can do evil, but I can also use WP shell, and WP shell will open PHP shell for you. So um, I can say this is returning array. So I want to do this print R because I want this to be nicely print, and to here it's not very nice. And let me see, post per page. It's not showing all, so let me get out of there, and let's do it here. Load all options. Oh, it's array, right? I have to do the print R. Print R. And there's been critical error on this website. Has it really? No, it hasn't. Oh, I didn't. Okay. WP. WP load. Yeah, you have to type it correctly. It's a little bugger. Okay, let's see what we have here. Is there any option that we can use? There is, and I know because I searched it before. So I can't find it here now, but I happen to know that it is WVHL page. So let me get the WP option get, and it's this one for this plugin, so we don't waste. Oh, well, it should exist. Come on. Maybe until we change it, it doesn't exist. Let's change it. Um, changed by Milana, for example. Let's see if we get it now. Right, so it has to be changed. I'm sorry about this. So now we can uh, change it here with WP option update, and then we have uh, the key, and we can change it to change from SSH, and now we have updated option, and if we list it here, change from SSH, it will go here, change from SSH. So you don't have to really go here. You can go and edit options. But we have more important things to do now. And I want to show you even better things you can do with PHP. Let's say I want to list all users, but not I want to actually export users, but uh, I don't want to export everything. So let's start with WP shell, and now we are in PHP shell. We can run get users, and here we have this one user that there's only me as a user, and I can generate more users. So I'm gonna go out and say WP user generate. Now we will get 100 users. Okay, and WP user list. See, now we have the table with all the users, and we have 100 users. Okay, now I can list them with the WP-CLI, but what if I need them in a file? I want to export them, and I don't want to export all the fields. You saw the fields that we have. We get users, like we have so many keys. I don't want to do that. I want to get only some fields. And if we go to documentation, get users, you can see here what we can do. And here are some fields. So I just want, I don't know, display name, user login, email. Do I need user login? Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't know. We can use it. Maybe I want user password as well to be, but that's not really a smart thing to do. To put it in a file, we are going to put all of this in a file. So first, we will create a file, and the way you create a file is with command touch, and I'm going to say get users.php. Right, so here we have get users.php file. I'm going to open it with nano, and here I'm going to say, hold on, I'm going to fake this comment here, and here I'm going to say get users so that we you know what's happening. And below here, I'm gonna say users equals get users. So the parameter that I want to add is, here we have array of arguments. So let's do the array. And then I want to um, have fields. And fields is also array. So let's put it here. Um, fields I want is display name. Then I want user email. Um, sorry. This is the only thing you have to remember when coding in terminal. Copy, paste needs Control and Shift together. Then I want maybe user registered. That's the date they were registered. I don't know. Just adding it here. User login maybe. Just to have your username as well. Okay, so this is what we have here. And now when we get returned this, you will see a better array with less fields. So I can say echo. I like to wrap it a little bit better. Print R and users, and then we are going to echo again and save file, exit. And now we have this PHP code in this PHP file. So what do we do? How do we execute it? We can execute it with WP eval file get users. There has been a critical error. Okay, unexpected. Let's see. What did we do here? This looks wrong. This, right. Now it looks okay. So we broke this website a couple of times. And here we have, you see, only these four fields to for each user. Now, hold on. So what we want to do now is we want to export this in a file, right? In CSV file. So maybe we just want to have a CSV file for only these fields for users, and we are going to use PHP for that. And that's done with PHP. Oh, write data to CSV. And you always want to go to official documentation. So what we have here is we have array of arrays. That's exactly what we have here. Then this is important. You have to use fopen to open file, create file. Then you loop through each of the items here in array, and you want to put them each each array is one row in CSV file. So we loop through each row and put them to a new row into this file, and then we close the file. So it's pretty simple, right? Let's copy and let's see here. Um, so we have a opening file. We don't want to call it file. We want to call it users. And let's take a look what this does. This V. F open. Where is F open? Here it is. So what this does is just writing and place the file pointer at the beginning of the file. So what it does, every time you run it, it will completely delete everything from the file and overwrite it. If you want to append for some reason, you can use A, and if you want to do other things, you can just read the documentation. That's always a good idea. So I will just write it. I don't want to append for now. And let's say users as user, and then we put file here, and this should be like user, right? And then we close the file. Maybe we want to know what's happening here, and maybe we want to add some kind of messages in terminal. I just love to get the messages, and that's what you can do with no, not config. We want reference. No, it was good. Internal API. So with internal API for WP-CLI, you can actually, use some of this stuff to make your script more looking like a CLI script. So what I want to do, I want to display informational message without prefix. And this is how it looks like. WP-CLI log. And I'm gonna add it here in this for each. Right. So what this does is just saying downloading file, and we are not downloading any file. We are going to say adding user, and here we're going to say user. Now this is object that we are getting. If you saw, get users is returning array of objects. Let's see if it says here parameters array, says list of users, but that should be changed. So every user is object here. So what I get is some of those four fields. So I want to say display name, user display name, and I want to see if it will give me that. So table, and yes, we are getting error because this function put as CV expects parameter 2 to be an array, and we have object. So we have to change this. This user here is object. We need to create an array for that. And we are going to do it like this. user array equals array, and now we're gonna use this. When you don't have help from EDE, so you have to use arrays, and this will be user and display name. And let's add this one. No. Oh, so we have to do it again. Okay. User array. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually create here another array. We are going to need it. And just to make it look more clear, so this will be our array of fields, and you will see why I am getting it as separate array a little later. So I want to delete all this here and just say this is going to be our fields, and then I want to copy this and paste here to create this array, and user and display name, and then user registered. Okay, so we have now this, we converted this to an array, and we want to pass this array here instead of this object. So it will look like this. And then we will show each user that we did. And let's try it again. Unexpected. Okay. What is the problem? Here is the problem. We have extra this. Okay. So it looks correct now. And yeah, adding user. Now this is what we have as feedback, but we also want to take a look at the um, the user's CSV file. Now let's see it. We can open it in Nano, it doesn't matter right now. And here you will see this is how it looks like uh, when it's exported to a file. Now maybe I want to do another thing. Um, I want to not see this. I want to see the table, like uh, WP-CLI is showing it, and I can do it with let me find it. Format items, and this is what we want. We want to see this. So let's copy it and paste it here. So let's see. What do we have? We have table. We have items. Items are what is items? It's this one. So we need array of arrays outside of this. The users is array of objects, and we cannot use it. But what we can do is, let's start with items and just have empty array here. And then here, when we go through each of these user, we can say items and just add user array to it. Oh, sorry. Now, this items is array is going to be array of arrays. And then we have this array key value, and this is actually this is a table headings. And what I want instead of this is this. I want this is why we put it in a separate array. So I want these fields to be my headings for my table. Now this, okay, and I'm gonna save and exit. And now, yes, we have a table that is showing all the users. And now we can use this file to import it as a user list for other WordPress installs that we have. We can use this method for many things. When you need to, like in WooCommerce, I often see that people need to export just some things, not everything, not every field for every product. They need just a few fields that are useful for them. This is the way you can do it, and I hope you realize how many options you have now and what else you can do with evil file. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that. Yeah.
Well, Milana, this was extremely educational for, I'm sure, a lot of PHP developers out there. Before we end this session, let's take a few questions
Mm-hmm.
from the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so the first question is from Danish. He says that what are some specific tasks or challenges in WordPress development that you believe WP-CLI can effectively address? I think you can go on about this for another hour, but if you can just
Yeah.
shortly answer, briefly answer
Well,
this question. Yeah.
for specifically for WordPress development, you can use command scaffold, and with scaffold you can create plugin, you can create team, you can create child team, you can create many other things. And what is specifically helpful with that is that you get all the files there. You don't have to go to documentation to search what files your plugin should have. It will have all the
Mhm.
files you need. It will be ready for adding tests, for adding code. You just have to run one command, and I think that's extremely helpful. Everything is there. You just need to add what is specific for your own plugin.
All right, awesome. Another question that we have is from Mutahir. He says that are there any specific scenarios or use cases where you think WP-CLI is especially valuable for PHP developers? I think we can, again we can do
Yeah,
another talk on this, but
yeah,
but
yeah.
you can, yeah.
Well, I think this little example shows that sometimes you really there are no plugins to export specific parts. You can either export everything or nothing. So I think this is very, very helpful. You can also create a plugin in production if you know what you're doing. You
Yep.
can do many things with just those few commands like WP evil file
Yep.
and WP shell. A lot of things.
All right. Okay, I think this is I'm sorry. This is it for the questions from the comments, and I want to thank you, Milana, again for
Thank you.
being here again, yet again at
Yeah,
Cloudways, and I'm sure we're gonna have you again for future sessions as well. Uh, to our audience, I want to thank you all for being here today in our two sessions that we've had on day four, where we are again celebrating the 20 years of WordPress, which is this Saturday, by the way. Uh, so this is it for day four. I want to thank you, Milana, again. I want to thank everyone who was here for day four. We still have another day to go. Tomorrow we're gonna have Vasilina Volchanova, who's going to be giving another insightful talk tomorrow. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow as well on the final day of our webinar week. And with that, I would like to conclude day four and thank you all for being here today. And we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you.
thank you. Bye.